Hello everybody, Andy here, and today we have a bit of a preview of a preview of previews coming up from Warcom, and I thought I'd have a chat about it because basically I'll show you the page. There you go. All this page is saying is, hey, this week at least we are going to show you previews of the new teams, the old teams. The teams that already exist but have already been released in this edition, and going into the next edition we get to see what they look like. We can assume that this week we're going to get every super faction, so we're going to get Imperium because we see that, we're going to get Chaos because we see that, and we're going to get Xenos because we see that. And I think it's just interesting to have a little think about what I and you want to see in our preview articles, because GW in the past doesn't always get it right, and I just wanted to have a little bit of a, oh, I'm sorry, you've caught me, I actually just made this video as an excuse to have a natter about the future of Kill Team because I think it's interesting. You caught me. Oh no, terrible, what a disaster. You've sussed me out. I like Kill Team. I apologise. Such underhanded tactics from me. So there you go. Yep. This week we're going to get preview articles. We don't know what of. Are we going to get every team gets a preview article over the next, 2, 3, 4 weeks until Hivestorm releases? Are we going to get, this week is Xenos, this week, the next week is Imperial, the next week is Chaos? Or how are they going to do it? We don't know. If we look to Skaven Tide, Age of Sigmar, every faction got their own preview, which is pretty cool. Are we going to get that? Are we going to get 33 preview articles? No, that would be insane. But, is there enough to talk about in there? For people that aren't already Kill Team diehards, I don't know. But what I do know is that if you are a subscriber to my channel, I'd like to give you a big double hello. Wow, so wholesome. The wholesomeness truly knows no bounds in the world of Glass Half Dead. If you want some of that double pleasantry given to you twice, like, subscribe, leave a comment. The comment is, what are you looking forward to in your preview articles? As we already know from the fact that they are legendsing a bunch of stuff, people are married to a faction. If you are married to a faction, let's say Commandos, what is it you actually want to see? Let's also just assume we're not going to get everything. Because if we got told everything, even though the rules are free, so they could just give us everything, they won't do that. But we will get everything when it releases. So it's actually the first time GW is in a bit of a weird position where the rules are going to be 100% free. And they've told us, we're going to give you this PDF day one. So, okay, well, why not give it day minus whatever? There's literally no difference. So this is a hype article. It's not a true preview article. It's a hype article. What do we want from our hype article in the assumption that we won't get everything? Cool. This is the question I pose to you. I pitch, you catch, if you want to view it that way. So, for me, personally, whenever I'm thinking of new teams, I have one thing on my mind. And you know me, hobby hero, Glass Half Dead, hobby master. The first thing I want... I hate hobby. And so I want to know, what do I need to start hobbying first to get this team done as quickly as possible? Genuinely, that is my number one issue. So the first thing I want to see is the Kill Team makeup, right? Like the Kill Team list. I don't even know what it's called. But, the list that you have, your slots, your roster. Yeah, even though we know all of that's gone now, you just get the team. But, for example, a good one is going to be, I think, Scouts. If we see Scouts, obviously, or Farstalkers, any team that as part of their balanced data slate was given +1 operative, and for example the Scouts, they were absolutely mega buffed with their knives, right? So now suddenly everybody's had to go out, get another Scout, and redo all of their shotgun guys to have knives, because that's how you run the team now. That's a huge change. I want to know, do I need to go and do that? Have they... So, from the two articles we've seen so far, we've seen the Aquilon and the Vespids. we got to see the regular trooper in both of those. And I don't know if you noticed, but normally regular troopers don't have special rules. But in these, both of them did. That's pretty interesting. Now, I want to know, do we get to see that for every team? And is GW making the regular trooper loadout a viable alternative? Or is it just a little bit of a fluffy thing? Hey, by the way, you get to have this now because we accept that not every team is all specialists. So you get a little thing as well to make it feel Spec Ops. Or is it like, no, we actually expect you to use this roster, and maybe into certain matchups, the regular dude is better. That's a possibility, right? That's my main concern. Do I need to go out and buy more models? Keeping in mind, I'm not saying, not in like a, oh, GW's making us buy more models type of way, not like that, just, I like to have models, I like to spend money, I don't care. I'll buy more stuff, that's fine, but I want that full roster option. Is that going to be how it is from now on? That is actually legitimately the number one thing I want to know from preview articles. Do I need to do more hobby? If yes, I'll pick a few teams and say, right, I'm going to go pick those teams. I'm going to go buy a few more models, either off eBay, if I can get singles, or, you know, a full box again and just go ham on it, whatever. But I need to know that. In fact, I'm going to be quite annoyed if they don't tell us that, but then it's like, oh, hey, by the way, we have a totally new meta for every team. And actually, every team has suddenly become a 2-box team because regular troops are valid options now, whereas before they were just fillers. So yeah, actual team makeup is very big for me because that defines extra hobby we might have to do. Apart from that, faction ability is super important. I definitely want to know that. Think of commandos, are they still, is it all the same? Right? Is it just, hey, commandos, you charge in conceal? We obviously got to see hot drop, whatever it's called, drop troop, I can't recall, for the Aquilons, and we got to see the communion helm for Vespid. Two interesting things, like with a lot of words to them. Is that how all of the faction abilities are now? Is it the case of everything is, yo, we've changed this whole thing, no longer are commandos you can charge on conceal, now they are, you know? I'm not saying it is, it's just that's something I'm interested in, that's what I'm thinking about, I want to know that. Do we have extra models? Again, I mentioned the scouts, Farstalker's the same. Am I going to have to go out and buy the full, you know, Kroot hunting pack, the whole war sphere, so that I can have a valid Farstalker army faction? Those are my two main things. So I guess that means I want to see the regular trooper from every faction. I want to see the faction ability. I want to see the roster. I would also like to see the archetype. That's normally pictured on the roster page, but we're not getting the archetype this week, but that's something for next week, isn't it? As they go into maybe like the approved ops thing and like tournament play, maybe we get a few more crunchy articles where they actually go over that, and then we can link back, and that tickles our brains, so we can say, oh, they've just told us what Seek and Destroy is next week, so I can look back at the previous article and see that, oh yes, this team does have Seek and Destroy, and I can link the two up. Then what else do we want to see? I guess the leader, and then I guess one specialist. And that's all we can really ask for. However, just saying that all out loud, again, assuming that you can't just ask for everything, because that's not what GW does. It's a hype article, not a full article, right? Not just, here's the rules, even though they're going to be free in a month or whatever. What else could they give us? Genuine question. And is the fact that you can't think of anything else that we could want, aside from the full rules, a little bit of an issue, perhaps? Oh, equipment. Yeah, so obviously we've had that little universal equipment guide. I definitely want to see equipment. That's super important to me as well. We saw the universal equipment, and again in the preview articles they did give us a little bit of equipment, but not everything. Can I ask for all equipment? All faction equipment? No, that's probably too much. They won't give us that. They give us one or two pieces. Oh well. I suppose in that case, if I had to ask for an extra operative that is interesting and gives us new rules, like maybe there's new keywords, or give us like, yeah, that's the way to do it, isn't it? So in every article, they should have an operative that is interesting for that faction, but then also an additional operative that is interesting for the game as a whole to slowly reveal the rules to keep that trickle going. So every faction, there should be something for me as a Commandos player to say, oh, that's how Breacher Boy works now, interesting. But then also Sniper Boy to say, oh, they've changed Silent, or they've changed Heavy, or they've changed something. And then in the next article, you know they've changed Silent, Heavy, whatever, so you instead get something else. You say, oh, they've changed Penetration. AP1's now Penetration. Is it Penetration? Piercing? Begins with a P. Psoriasis? Maybe? Psoriasis 1. It's a big hitter. There you go. Those are my thoughts. That's it. I just thought I'd throw that out there because, you know what? Hivestorm's coming. I'm coming. You're coming. Everybody's coming. If you made it to the end of the video, my thing's broken. So that's not... I'd like to give you a big triple hello. I don't know what's up with my thing. Anyway, hopefully that was wholesome in a stumbling, fumbling sort of way. Like we just did it for the first time sort of thing. How appropriate with the fact that we're all... Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. What am I doing? I don't know. I don't know. Guys, girls, gay, others, cringe, awesome. What do you vote? Cringe or awesome? Thank you. Okay, bye.